Well, as you can see, I'm working on kind of a last-minute evergreen Christmas greenery project. I'll tell you in a minute where I saw this, but if you've just joined us here on Gardening on Taylor Mountain, welcome. My name is Bobby, and we are very glad you're here. Anyway, one of the channels that I'm subscribed to, Teresa Byington, and I will put her information in the description below. Please do take a look at her channel. She had made a little tree out of greenery for her potting shed, and I thought it was so adorable. And I said, I have to do that because I'm such a copycat. Now, I have never done this particular type of project before, so I'm really not sure how it's going to turn out, or if it's going to turn out, or if I'm even, I don't know that I've, really gotten a handle on how it should work best. But Teresa had a floral foam cone, and then I think she used some other floral foam to fill in. I didn't particularly want to do that. I'm not completely against floral foam. I do use it when I really have to, but I would rather not. So I was kind of putting my brain to like, well, okay, how could I make one of those? And I really didn't have an idea, but I was in Michael's craft store the other day and looking for some velvet ribbon, and I saw this gold tree form. I don't know if you can even really see it. And I don't think that that's what this is meant for. I think it was just meant for a decoration. But I looked at that and I said, oh wow, that would work. And it was like 60% off. And then I kind of said to myself, well, I'll just go home and use the poultry wire that I have, from different projects and from the garden and the farm and stuff. But then I saw at Michael's this green chicken wire, and it's used just for crafts. And the openings are a little bit smaller. So I just wrapped it around and just kind of meshed it together to this tree form. I had enough to wrap around twice, and I thought that would be better to hold everything in place. So that made a pretty good form and a pretty good base. It's kind of like that chicken wire cloche that we made a couple years ago now. So then I started thinking about, okay, how am I going to really secure this? And I'm not sure that I have that down pat yet. It's kind of like when you're making an arrangement, when you're making a floral design, and when you first start out, you're like, oh, this is looking terrible. I don't like it at all. But you keep going and keep going, and so, then it turns out. So I'm just taking like two little sprigs of the white pine, and this I foraged for here on the farm. I'm hoping if you don't have any evergreens planted, or you don't have any that you have access to forage, that I'm kind of enticing you to start planting some evergreens that you can glean from your own yard and do projects and things like that. I think it's a really nice project to do for yourself or to give to someone. And of course, you might want to tweak it if you're going to give it to someone. I have a feeling that there are those of you out there that would take this kind of a project and really perfect on it. And that's always my hope when I'm sharing something, because I don't know. Sometimes I think, oh, just doesn't work, and I don't really know how to do this. I don't know what I'm doing. Another channel I'm really hoping you'll take a look at, because doing this project reminds me of this lady that I'm going to tell you about here real briefly. It reminds me of something that she would do, but her channel is called Dani's Snackyard Backyard, and I'll put her information in the description below as well. She's in the UK, and she's just like the sweetest person. Her yard is filled with edibles. She's got fruit trees, and she's got berries, and she's extremely knowledgeable about different things. Like, she keeps poinsettias, and then she knows how to bring them back to their color, and she teaches how to do that. And I don't know, she propagates a lot of things, and so she's just so knowledgeable. She's someone that I really enjoy watching, and her videos are not that long. So if you can just give her a look, that would be so great. Now, as you can probably see, the inside here looks just horrible. It's kind of like when you do embroidery, the underside of it is just like, a mess. But the outside is lovely. And of course, you don't need to worry about making it perfect, because a tree is not perfect. You know, it's rustic. This is going to be rustic. I can say that for this. This is going to be rustic. It kind of looks like Cousin It a little bit. Do you remember Cousin It from, where was Cousin It from? Anyway, the Addams Family. I don't watch the modern Addams Family movies, but I kind of did when I was growing up. I watched the TV show. Well, I'm out of white pine, so I need to go get some more off of my gator. You can see my pruners here. Everything is going to need a huge cleaning when I'm done. I don't know what they're up to. Can you see them in the camera there? Let me move this. Hey, boys. Hey, what are y'all doing? I don't know. It's a stampede. So we got all the way to the top with the white pine. It definitely still has the Cousin It look about it. And you can still see my wire just a little bit, but I'm going to fill in with some bigger different elements and see if that helps it. Teresa, if you're watching, I don't think mine is quite looking like yours. You could definitely bring this inside and keep it inside. I think that's why Teresa used the floral foam, because it kept the moisture in. I find when I bring greenery in the house, I spray it with Wilt Stop outside before I bring it in. I find that it lasts for a good 2 weeks, maybe even a little longer. Last year I did all of my greenery was real, and on the mantle, everything, and it lasted quite a while. Write in the comments how you would tweak this, what you would do to make it better, nicer, or your thoughts on, I don't know, how you think it would work differently. All right, so we have some winterberry here. Full disclosure, this is not my winterberry from my bushes. I bought it. Aw, that looks cute. Actually, before I put any more winterberry in, I'm going to take it outside and spray it with Wilt Stop real quickly. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, we're all done spraying it. Wilt Stop is just a resin that helps preserve the greenery and the pine and things. And you don't have to use Wilt Stop. I've used it for several years. And I keep it in the house because you don't want it to freeze or anything. But you can also spritz whatever greenery, wreath, whatever swag you're making with water every day. Now, if you live in a place where it freezes, and you have it outside and you want to spray it, then you have to think about that. So it's definitely rustic. Anyway, we tried. I'm losing light here in the greenhouse. It's getting dark and I need to get in and finish supper. So do be sure and check out Teresa's channel and check out Dani's channel. And they would love it, I'm sure, if you would subscribe. That would be awesome. I really do appreciate you being here with me and hanging with me in this kind of, I don't know, trial run here, trial craft, whatever you want to call it. It turned out okay. Still not as pretty as Teresa's, as I said, but it's okay. Until next time, friends, happy gardening. Bye-bye.